Good morning, and welcome back. I know this isn't the usual start to my philosophy videos. While on my honeymoon, I had a few technical difficulties with my camera, and I lost the intro and the first question to this philosophy set. So, instead, let me show you a quick run-through of the maker/hacker space that the AirBurne Surfer uses, and we'll get into the questions. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, secret link at the end. See y'all later. What is a person? Is it their mind, their body, an amalgamation of both?
Oh boy, jeez. Nah, you should have been talking to some of the other guys here. We got a lot of transhumanists around here, so it's...
I imagine so, and yeah, that'd be an interesting...
Yeah, some of the guys across the way are like serious hardcore.
Well, post-humanism and transhumanism is very interesting
Absolutely.
thought process and movement.
Yeah, and...
But a lot of them don't answer the critical question of what the person is.
What is a person, right.
Because you can add and subtract,
it's
but
a very cyberpunk
what is
question. Yeah, it's a very cyberpunky kind of question.
Because, I mean, you could say post-humanism, transhumanism is thousands of years old, since when we were chopping off, gangrenous legs or arms or stuff and putting prosthetics on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what is the person?
I kind of go with Descartes on this one. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. I think. But
sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like, is consciousness the person? Is the person the body? That's a weird question to ask me, because it's one of those like very deep, mindful sorts of questions that's really difficult to answer, because we don't have a shared perspective with now if we're talking just consciousness, we don't necessarily have a shared perspective with each other, even with our own understanding of what consciousness is.
Well, no, it's kind of like the old quote about religion. For every person on this planet, let's say everyone's Catholic. For every Catholic, there's a different Catholicism.
Oh, right.
Every person has a different religion, because you see everything from your own point of view, and you can never see anything from anyone else's.
Right, and so there's that hindrance of being, in a physical form. And so, is the physical form the person? Is the spiritual or the essential consciousness of a person the person? What really is the defining characteristic of what we would call a person? Is a sufficiently advanced artificial intelligence a person? Is it worthy of personhood? Would it even be called personhood though at that point? That's a fair question. Now there was that trial not long ago where I can't remember what group, I think it was PETA actually, had successfully sued I want to say the New York State government. I'm not entirely certain on those facts, but there was a group that successfully sued on behalf of a bonobo chimp
for the rights to the picture.
Yeah. For rights of personhood. And so that really, in a legal sense, I guess you could say that a bonobo chimp is a person, at least, according to the laws of whichever state that was, where that took place, and possibly even precedent for federal law. But as far as, a practical question of what is a person, I mean, arms, legs, head. Well, I shouldn't say arms and legs, because not everybody has arms and legs, and that does not make one less of a person if they don't have such limbs. Yeah,
but at what point is it? If you're still a head in a jar, Futurama style,
right?
Are you still a person?
Are you still conscious? Are you still conscious at that point?
You know, if you look at the show, yes, they were.
Yeah, in that case, I would say yes. They are still worthy of personhood because they are cognizant and conscious.
So then, you can say from that, at least from the neck down, it doesn't matter.
Right, and it may not even matter from the neck up so much as what if, say, technology increases to such a point where one could upload their consciousness into a computer simulation, if you will, a la the Matrix or something like that, where you know, you could theoretically exist in a virtual capacity. Are you still a person at that point once you have uploaded and shuffled off this this physical realm, so to speak?
How would we know, though, that, and there might not be a way to know, that that is actually you and not just a simulation of you? Like,
exactly.
Will that be you, or will that be just a machine trained to act with your mannerisms?
Right, but at the same time, let's look at the physical representation of consciousness. You know, if you boil it down to the physical, you know, to the very basic physical reality of how the brain works, we are just electrical signals. Our consciousness is just electrical impulses being generated by chemical reactions within a very complex organic structure. You know, is that it? You know, I don't like to think so. I like to think that there's a little bit more to it. Just the romantic in me. But, you know, I mean, from a physical reality standpoint, that is what our current understanding of the situation is.
Yeah.
You know, science's current understanding of it. Let's look at the teleporter problem.
I actually covered this and I love it.
You know where I'm going with this, then. Yeah. So the teleporter problem, if the teleporter works by taking all of your atoms or molecules or whatnot and scattering them, converting them into energy, and physically moving them across space and reassembling the same atoms, okay, yes, are you the same? Most likely, if you're using the same material. However, what if we look at it in the guise of, say, did you ever see The Prestige with Wolverine? Hugh Jackman?
I know what you're talking about. No, I didn't.
Okay, I won't spoil that for you.
I'm guessing you guys should check it out at some point.
Yeah, it's a fantastic film. David Bowie is an amazing Nikola Tesla. Anyway. That was a Christopher Nolan joint, I believe. Anyway, has Batman in it too, so it's Wolverine and Batman in the same movie. But anyway, I digress. So the idea of the teleporter doesn't actually. What if the teleporter doesn't actually teleport you, but makes a copy?
And then kills the original.
So if you, as a conscious being, step into the teleporter,
you're committing suicide then.
Yeah, but an exact duplicate comes out with all of your memories. Is that still you? Is that still uniquely you if it is an exact copy of every atom in your body?
I don't know. I think I went over this.
Because the conscious you has died now.
Yeah, I think I went over this with Big Red, and what happens to your consciousness if it's not part of your physical body? Is it just floating through the ether? Does it transfer through the ether from you to the other body? Is it even there at all?
Right. And that sort of circles back to the whole, what are we but electrical impulses in an organic soup?
And at what point are you? One part of the question I asked him specifically about the transporter was, at what part are you dead or alive within that process? Because the only way to make that process actually perfect from one to the other, because of the Heisenberg principle, I think it is, that you can't know where everything in an atom
Oh,
is
the
at one
uncertainty
point.
principle, yeah.
The only way to actually figure out exactly where everything is to instantly freeze to 0 degrees Kelvin.
Right.
So there's no motion.
Right.
And then take a full scan, and then, but that's impossible.
Given current technology.
You know, yeah, given current technology.
Given the current understanding of future technology, it's probably impossible.
Yeah. But barring that, so you're going to have to be disintegrated and reintegrated. At what point are you dead and alive?
That's a fair question.
Because that's kind of funky to me, because will it...
Because there's nothing that's actually instantaneous. You would technically be dead for the amount of time that it takes
it's
the
even
information
shown
to cross.
In Star Trek several times where they're kind of recombining. There is a time lapse there.
There's a thing going on, yeah.
So are you alive at 80%? Are you dead when you hit 20? Does it matter if it takes random atoms from all over, or will it kind of phase from your feet up to your head or down? And then at what point, like, am I alive when I'm reintegrated here or here?
That's a fair
Because when I get to here, I'm actually a viable thing then.
Yeah, absolutely.
With all my essential organs.
Yeah, it could
Heart,
stop right
lungs,
there and you
brain,
could
nervous
survive.
system.
Yeah.
Or will it be just kind of a random scattering of here, 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 here? And at what point are you dead? What point are you alive? And that really does come down to the crux of what is you?
Yeah. Define the consciousness, and then you will find the answer. But
that might not be something we can define, though.
Yeah.
That's like defining God.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, modern science is still trying to figure out what is consciousness, what causes it, what processes are there, why does it exist? You know, we're still trying to figure that out. We don't have that answer yet.
I don't know if we'll actually have that answer until a real singularity occurs.
Okay.
Because then we'll have a case to see, oh, there. That's what makes it.
I see. And you're talking about the singularity being the artificial reproduction of consciousness, not like a quantum singularity.
When a
I mean,
machine
because if we
is
had a
able,
quantum singularity, I mean, we're kind of done.
Not much matters.
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
it's quite a lot of matter, actually.
little parsing words. But yeah, when that, and until that happens, I don't think there is a way that we can define it until we can see something, till we can see the birth of it. How can we really get on all sides of the issue?
Right.
Everything at this point is just speculation based on a bunch of dead old guys.
Yeah, it's all conjecture. It's all, you know, it's all personal experience and figuring out where those two come together.
So guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I know a lot of these questions I had this week were more on the esoteric side and kind of went off on some weird, kind of deep tangents.
You gotta pick up your feet a little bit.
But, I mean, we've been doing this for 6 months now. It's time to really get into some strange philosophical quandaries and thoughts. And
if it's not worth diving deep, it's not worth diving.
No, if you're going to do it, do it.
That's right.
So, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And remember, I release content to the best of my ability every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you like this guy on here, Matt the AirBurne Surfer.
Yeah, if you like engineering, if you like hacking things, making things, tearing stuff apart and putting it back together in new and interesting ways, check out my channel. There's going to be a link somewhere in
descriptions or a clicky thingy. Yeah,
so wherever that happens to be, check it out. The uploads are weird just because it's very technically oriented and it takes a long time to build things. So, but yeah, just you'll enjoy it.
Especially if you like weird, cool stuff. I'll take some pictures or like a quick run through with the shop too.
Yeah, sure. Welcome to my shop. Let me shave your crop. Da-da-da-da-da. Daintily, daintily.
Oh, it was a great show.
Oh yes.
So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.